What you're about to hear could be the most important podcast ever created. But probably not. Welcome. It's the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Do we have questions?
We do have questions.
Oh, that's great.
Well, I like questions. Mm-hmm. The question is, do we have answers?
Probably not.
Okay, well,
for this
we'll see.
one, because Aaron wants to know, and Jenny, this one's for you. Has anyone ever mentioned to Jenny that she probably has the inattentive type of ADHD? I'm a 44-year-old veterinarian who has always struggled with memory, and I just realized that I have it.
Yeah, I have been told, specifically in the last few years, that I get texts all the time when we talk about something that I'll do.
Yeah.
Like, does Jenny realize she has ADHD? And I actually bought a book to learn about it, and
Seems like not the right fit.
it's not a long book. It's not intimidating, so
Okay.
I might actually.
Yeah,
Now,
sure. Does it
it's
have
been-
pictures?
How long ago did you buy the book?
It was early July.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're talking a couple of months.
Yeah.
But I do want to read it, and there's like quizzes you can take and stuff you have to take off. So it's interactive, which is way up my
So you
alley.
just flipped through the book.
Yeah. I flipped through. I saw one page.
So basically you ADHD'd the book.
But there's a big
Absolutely.
thing out there, though. Like, for somebody like you, do you care? You know what I mean?
I think it will
ultimately the question.
Yeah, so it's something that I've learned from other people, that once you know, so much seems to make sense. Like
Okay.
as far as like you don't feel as guilty or bad like when I start something and I don't finish it, or
Right.
I have 4 things going on the go at home, or I can't concentrate until that gets done. But then I've started that, so how do
Yeah.
I go back to
Yeah.
that? And then I just give up and sit on the couch and watch Gossip Girl.
Yeah. if it doesn't impact your life negatively,
Yeah.
and you're aware of it, and it doesn't harm you or the people around
Right.
you, then it's fine to just
That's it.
understand and say, okay, this is how I am.
That's exactly it.
yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
it gives you, it allows you to look for the tools to help you.
This
maybe,
is exactly
right?
it.
Yeah.
And to forgive myself for being an
Totally.
idiot sometimes.
Yeah.
I also love the people who are like, I can relate to Jenny except for that Gossip Girl.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Don't knock it till you tried it. Actually, don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
you get
no,
so
don't.
deep, and I just want to finish. I just need to finish.
Can you ice?
Oh,
I'll
Yeah,
hang on
you
to that.
could.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
And you just want to finish.
And it was just clean audio too. Wonderful. Thank you, Jenny.
Man.
Why am I the way that I am? I don't know.
Well, we love it.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear more of that right now on the Hot Tub Podcast.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
A 4-year-old boy knocked over a Bronze Age jar that was at least 3,500 years old.
In there, no.
No, the priceless artifact was being kept near the entrance of this museum in Israel. According to the boy's father, the child pulled the jar slightly to see what was inside, causing it to shatter. Luckily, the museum was understanding. They said the jar was accidentally damaged by a young child visiting the museum, and the response will be accordingly. A conservation specialist will restore the artifact, which was once used to carry supplies like wine or olive oil. 3,500 years old.
Did the parents get sued on that?
I guess they were understanding.
Well, they were understanding, and they didn't have it behind glass or
mean,
encased in anything. Like,
That's the thing. That's a weird way to. I'm guessing it wasn't their most prized possession.
No.
If
Yeah.
it's
it was
just out there.
If you see the picture of it, really does look like if somebody tripped, you would
Yeah.
It
knock
totally.
all 3 of them over.
Yeah, that's kind of on the museum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, and they said that they're understanding, but then it's sort of the back end of that quote or whatever they were saying was like,
And the
we'll take.
response will be accordingly.
Yeah, so that's where I'm kind of like,
Yeah, a little
what
ominous
does
at the
that
end.
mean?
Yeah.
No, so I feel like I know what you're saying, but I feel like what they're saying is that it was an accident. It was a young kid, so what can we do, kind of thing. You know, like our response isn't
parents.
going to be, oh God, can you imagine?
No.
I mean,
Yes.
it was an accident.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
absolutely.
I mean, if you knock something over at a store,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you break it, you buy it,
Right.
You know what?
I
I think
don't
it
know that
depends,
that's
though.
true.
It really depends on like if this kid's running wild and the parents aren't like watching him at all, and it was an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Then okay, yeah, maybe you do go after the parents. But if they were holding the kid's hand and kids, can kind of get away from
Yeah.
you a little bit. If they were
But when you
otherwise
look at
being
it, like,
responsible,
I
then
agree,
fine.
But sure, so let the kid accidentally did this, so the museum should have to pay for it.
yeah, because they didn't take the proper. They didn't try to.
Do you want to bang our gavels?
Oh, we could.
I mean, this sounds like
Yeah.
it could come down to a split decision, but
Yeah, this is-
well, actually, no, it never splits because Brady's not a judge.
right.
No,
I don't really have an
you're
opinion.
He's just a bailiff. Sorry, Brady.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. I get it.
Oh, now we're in court.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
We got our robes on, our powdered wigs.
Yep.
I'm the only one that benefits from that, by the way.
But you do enjoy it. Yeah.
Kills
do.
my ensemble, I'll tell you.
All right, so should the parents be responsible for this or not? Is that what we're ruling
That's
on?
Yeah.
what we're ruling. Yeah, so the parents have to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and we don't know the price of this thing,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of priceless when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how do
Right.
you put a price on something that's
But
3,500 years old?
They didn't actually
No,
give a price,
no.
right? Okay.
No.
3,500.
And I think there's other jars as well, if that helps.
There's 3 of them all together.
Okay, so as one time a parent of 2 4-year-olds, I have to keep them in check. You know what they're like? They run everywhere, they do everything, they get into mischief and stuff like that. I'm gonna say the parents are on the hook on this one.
Whoa.
So I'd like to bang my
Yep,
gavel
yep,
on
yep.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can understand. I mean, I think these things happen. I think a museum has to prepare for these things, and they need to have some insurance for these things to happen. But when you have insurance, there is deductibles and stuff that
Sure,
have to be
yeah,
paid,
yeah.
and I don't think that's on the museum. So if I'm going to do a judgment, I'm going to say I rule in favor of the museum. And I would order damages by the parents to be paid for the amount of $5,000.
Oh.
Only $5,000?
$5,000. That should cover.
What if the deductible is 10,000?
Yeah.
I'm saying $5,000.
Oh.
Okay.
This is what I'm
Only
saying.
what if 5,000 doesn't do anything? What if it's
Yeah.
not insured? What if it's
Order! I will have order in this court.
I'm sorry. I'm just the bailiff.
You are just the bailiff and you're questioning my order.
I'm sorry. Okay.
My ruling.
That was clearly. For me, I'm ruling in favor of the parents
kindness?
and understanding, and I am saying it is the museum's fault if you have anything that you don't want broken or touched or ruined. It is on them to put it behind glass or put it in some sort of encasement. That if you did trip and fall, or you have a kid that somehow got away from you for 2 seconds and touched it, like they just said, he sort of touched it and it fell over and broke. That's on the museum. If you want something protected, you have to protect it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I say, fellow judge, that this happens all the time where things are protected, but then these protesters go in and they get behind the glass
But
and
they're
everything.
not a
and
4-year-old. That's the thing. Order!
they act like a 4-year-old.
Based on Jenny's ruling, I would like to change my ruling.
Oh.
I'm going
Jenny,
to
well
add
done.
an additional $5,000. The
Okay.
parents will pay $10,000
Okay, what?
now.
Hey, hang on.
$10,000. I will have order in this court.
How did it go that way?
$10,000.
Okay, I'm changing mine as well.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm giving the parents life.
Oh, my God. Wow. Heavy-handed.
Poor child's parentless now.
No, the child's living with you. I'd like to rule that it's
Okay.
living with Jenny.
I'll take
Moving in with
it.
Jenny. Oh, Jenny will take him.
Jenny, you will be responsible for paying the $10,000 to the
Paying
museum.
the $10,000.
I'm a judge. You can't order me.
I will have order in this court.
You're also going on Etsy and buying a new jar.
Wow.
Bailiff,
Yes.
take her away.
Sorry, Jenny. I have no authority here.
Okay, I understand.
You're going to have to come with me.
All right.
You have to spend the rest.
feels really
you have to
unfair.
spend the rest of the show in Brady's studio.
Wait, what?
Brady, just put up with it.
Okay.
Oh, I've lost all my rights.
And your gavel. Give me
And my
that.
gavel.
No gavel.
Brady's going to use your gavel now.
Hey!
no.
How does this thing work? What? Why would it make a sound when I do it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's the energy.
Hand it back to Jenny for a
Yeah.
sec.
It's a gift.
You're a bailiff. You don't get it.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. Find the gang on their socials. Follow at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot/Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
Okay, so it's the morning hot tub with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. But this little focus feature right here is all about Rush.
Okay.
We've been working very hard, or Brady Jones been working hard behind the scenes
Oh, yeah.
for our friend Rush.
No more
we have
puns.
no,
No, nothing like that.
Although we
All right.
might squeeze one in.
Yeah.
You never know.
But we have two different stories on the go here that we have to do catch up on.
Okay.
All right.
One being recently we were talking on the show about Rush
Oh.
going down to Atlanta and hanging out with his buddy Ludacris,
Oh,
rapper
boy.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Luda.
Yeah.
This is a promotion they're doing with Booking.com.
Yes.
Brady tried to get Rush in there.
Uh-huh.
And what's the latest, Brady Jones?
You know what?
What?
I have an envelope. Let me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give. I'm gonna give Rush the envelope, and you can
Okay.
you can look through it. Okay, and you
This
tell
is
us what you see.
exciting.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
And
here.
by the way, I'm going to tell the listeners all what Jenny is super jealous right now
Oh my
that this
God.
is not something that she
This is
gets
not
to even
happening.
open or gets to
I know,
go
can-
on or gets to
I wanna
do.
open it.
No, you can't open
I
it.
know. I'm excited.
It's
for
Rush's
him.
one.
Okay.
Okay, so what? Describe the envelope. For us.
It's a plain white envelope.
Okay.
It's
for
a-
work here.
It's one of the big
company
ones,
logo
right?
on
big
it?
one,
Yeah. So just open. There's going to be a couple papers in there
Yeah.
stapled. Just look at the first one.
page.
You know,
All right, yes.
Don't flip yet.
Yes.
Tell us what you see.
The ludicrous Welcome to Atlanta Summer Send-Off. So basically, this is a booking.com. The way it works is you could book Luda's home and hang out there for a couple of days. I think
Yep.
what they were doing is setting it up. So the first booking, that is sometime next week, I think, for $4.04.
Exactly. Yeah.
404 is their
The
area code in Atlanta.
you can hang out at Luda's place. So, and as far as I understand, Ludacris will be there at some point, so you can hang out.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
avoid.
And you had to be on right at the exact time to try to get these passes, and you can flip.
And I can flip.
No.
What is this?
Come on.
We have no availability on our site for this property between September 3rd and 5th.
Yeah, no, it didn't work out. Yeah, no, you're not going to see
I
Luda.
was
man.
so excited
Yeah,
that
you're
he
not.
was going to have to
You're not
do
going to
this.
see Luda.
I
That-
know.
It just, I tried really hard, and I just,
Yeah.
it just
You
didn't
did
work.
try.
Yeah.
Working on it for days.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned that I had to start really binge watching Fast and Furious movies.
It's not happening.
And
It's not
packing
happening.
for
Now,
Atlanta.
let's be honest, Rush. You're only going to have to watch one Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, they're all pretty much.
I probably could have faked it based on that story. Yeah.
But we're not done.
All right.
We're not done. Because look, that was very that was just like a normal person trying to go in and win you something. But
Yeah.
we have, interesting jobs, fun jobs where sometimes we can take the back alleys, the back route to try to get into things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So we have to go back now a few more months, right?
Yep.
Like
yep,
this
yep.
is it a year ago?
Oh, like a year and a half, I think, when we started
Oh
working on
my
this.
God. I think I know what this is.
Jenny,
So-
Jenny, this
okay.
is about
I know,
Rush.
but I'm so excited. Okay.
It's about Rush.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say 2 years ago, they announced that they were making a Law and Order Toronto
Yes.
in the fine city of Toronto. It actually
Yeah.
shoots in Toronto.
Law and Order Criminal Intent, Toronto. Yeah.
Now, Rush has been a Law and Order fan for 25 years.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
I've
Or
seen.
is it long? Has it been almost 30 years? of Law and
However
Order?
long it's been on, I've watched it.
Every episode.
The
So
cool.
original
Yeah.
Law and Order, I got onto it late because they used to be on A&E, and I
you've
watched
seen every
all of them.
episode.
But I've seen every episode of every
Everything.
series.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
2
have.
years ago, we found out they're doing this Toronto thing. Brady was working with some of the PR people there saying, can Rush go down and just play a corpse
Yes.
in a scene?
Yeah, we just wanted him to just be there, be
Yeah.
on camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
And if I happen to be a corpse, so be it.
Right.
So,
Well,
so
yeah.
Brady, you've been back and forth now.
Back and forth.
long time.
Season 1, it didn't work out, but they're about to work on season 2. I
Yes.
have
Correct.
another envelope.
Okay.
Oh,
Bring it in.
I'm coming in.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Okay.
my God. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Okay.
Oh.
And
I
I,
can.
by the way, I can totally see you playing a corpse.
Totally.
Thank you.
Yeah, or somebody unloading vegetables.
This is another plain white envelope, and
Okay.
this one says Law and Order on it.
Now,
Yeah.
if this doesn't work out for you, Brady has wasted so much paper.
I know.
Okay, well, again, one page at a time, and just read things out. See, read out what you're seeing. Okay.
Rush has seen this for the first time,
Yeah.
and truthfully, Jenny and I don't know. Brady's kept everybody in the
Yeah.
dark.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
here we
let's
go. This is
What does it say?
this is an email from a woman, Caledonia. Hi, Brady. Hope you've been well. I'm reaching out because we're looking to the possibility of having a cameo dead body role, which didn't end up being an option in season 1, and I'm wondering if Rush is still interested.
Oh my God.
Come on!
No!
Okay,
I'm
you may
CCing
flip.
our publicist.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You may flip the page.
Brady says, yes, absolutely. Do you have a date in mind to shoot? We still actually talk about this on air all the time. It would be his dream come true.
Yes.
Which is true. Which is very, very true. Yeah.
Dreams are rather limited. But
But it's true, right? Like
Yeah, right,
this would be
Oh my
your thing,
God.
right?
It would be funny if it's a,
I am so
a
excited.
dream
right.
come true after staying at Ludacris's house.
And the third one says, hi, Brady. It looks like it's not going to work out this time around. But we'll keep Rush in the mind for things like this in the future.
what
I
a
appreciate his
roller
interest in
coaster.
this.
Yeah, you're not going to be doing that either. No, none of these things worked out. Yeah, I got
That
nothing.
is just not fair.
Because it seems like they pulled you along with this,
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, uh-huh.
And they
Yeah.
reached out to you
Yeah, they did,
after
yeah.
you harassed them for so long.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
it's just not going to be
God.
happening. Yeah,
No.
you're not going to
would-
Luda. You're not going to Law and Order.
Why
either.
would they?
This is just terrible.
This just seems mean.
Oh, Rush.
Well, we don't mean
sorry.
to be mean. We were actually trying on all
Yeah.
of these.
What
to
do
be
you
honest
mean
with you.
mean?
Well, we could have just told him. You made him go through
Why would-
envelopes and like something was going to happen.
Why did
for
you?
him.
You really thought it was going to happen?
I really did.
Yeah. Rush, did you?
You think you did?
I thought there was a chance for
I figured
both.
this whole Luda thing was a plan to, set up this and make this bigger and better.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys
was
wanna
not.
know-
It
Want to know something really funny too?
What?
I made Rush bring his passport in today.
No.
So,
You did.
I have it right here.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, Rush.
he did. Yeah, it's-
Oh, we can shoot something where you play a corpse.
thanks, Jenny.
This is the best idea ever.
Oh,
You wasted
Rush.
so much paper.
Do you want to drive to Syracuse with me today?
I mean, I got my passport. Sure, let's go for a drive.
God, that's so funny. That's so good.
Sure.
You should have made him pack a suitcase too.
I should have.
Off I go,
I should have.
guys.
He was so excited.
I'll just be standing at the front door waiting.
Oh, I had your
Is a
wife in
limo
on
gonna
it
pick
too.
me up?
Yeah, that's so good.
Hey, look, we're honestly, I mean, how great for the show would both of these things have been?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Great.
Like, we were not trying to do this for this big moment of ha ha.
Well, I mean,
We
maybe
really-
you weren't. I think Brady was.
He's still laughing.
Oh, I had this planned for so long. Yeah.
I really want him to get on Law and Order.
Yeah.
Me too. Maybe
I know.
season 3.
I can't believe they wouldn't just go. Shut
I
up.
know. I know.
Why
Come
would
down.
they reach out to then say
They
what's not
know.
going to happen?
Yeah, I guess I have no idea. They just wanted to check interest. There's a few other emails in between that
Okay.
I omitted.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have your agent?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't spoken in a while, but yeah. I mean, he hasn't dropped me, so I think so.
Well, maybe that's the guy who should be making the call on your
Whoa,
behalf.
Yeah,
whoa,
maybe.
whoa.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like he's not going to work as hard for Rush as Brady would.
I'm sorry. I've been going back with these people for 2 years, back
Yeah.
and forth, back and forth.
You know, it's a results-driven business, Brady Jones, and I'm not getting a lot of results here.
I don't know. I think the
Also-
last 10 minutes have been wonderful. That's a great
I was
result
going
for
to say,
me.
was this a long con?
I've been sitting on the Law and Order thing for months. I'm not going to lie. I'm just waiting for the right moment to let you know.
Well, you found it.
That was the
Well
moment.
done.
All right, sorry, Rush. We'll look for your next big thing,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
And Jenny's so happy because she's on equal playing field
Yeah.
with you now.
How's my meet and greet with Keith Morrison coming?
Yeah,
along?
it's coming. One of these days. Why don't you bring your passport in tomorrow, Jenny? I got something cooking.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
This couple's quality time together took a strange turn after their car rolled into a river in Philadelphia. So the incident happened early on August 28th in Fairmount Park. According to police, the car was parked along the roadway and it was found in the river at around 4:27 a.m. local time. A police rep told the news there that the couple was, quote, getting busy when the vehicle was accidentally shifted into gear and rolled into the water.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Jenny said get busy in an almost normal way.
She did?
Yeah.
Almost because they didn't say anything like getting busy is like, it's a clean term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyway, both
I feel
individuals.
like you've definitely in the past gone,
I think the difference is if she comes up with the word "get busy," then she'll do it. But if she's
Gotcha.
reading
She's
it,
reading
Yeah.
it. That makes
it's
sense.
okay. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
She
exactly
had to
it.
come up with it. Yeah, it's different.
No, they were able to safely get out of the vehicle while it was in the water, and no one was injured, luckily, because that could have gone really bad.
Yeah, especially if you're in a certain position
Oh
and then
God, how do you? Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
especially
Don't want that.
underwater, you
Oh,
get
God.
stuck.
Yeah.
Suction is
Oh,
just
no.
Oh
out
no!
of control.
Oh, no.
Oh, the worst.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
So the police or ambulance or whatever, are they taking you out and you're naked and
Yeah, well,
Are they
vulnerable
though, or are
and-
they just like?
I don't know.
I
half?
guess you'd scramble, right? Like the first thing you do is probably
yeah.
put
I
your
don't
clothes
think
back
you
on.
do.
No, I think
You
the
go
first
into a
thing-
river, you're not looking for your pants.
I think you might.
Yeah, you might.
I don't know.
No, you're smashing out the window so
Exactly.
you don't drown in
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
Your
only thing worse than dying in your car is dying in your car naked after having done that. Like you
true.
don't
It's
want
pretty
that
bad.
in your
Yeah.
obituary.
The
you know?
water's cold. Don't come down
Yeah.
yet to rescue us. Give us a
You
minute.
find a post-it, you write that on just
Yeah.
in case you don't make it. It was cold.
Can you find my sock? I'm missing a sock.
Brady, I can't imagine you not coming out of the water just buff as buff could be.
Oh, no,
yeah.
Brady wouldn't be concerned
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I'd probably come out naked. I also, my parents,
Yeah.
I told you, in Quebec where I'm from, there's a few bridges that are a little shady. And so one Christmas, my parents got us those little things that you tap the glass and it shatters your glass in your car.
Yeah.
But they did it completely unironically in case we were ever on a bridge that collapsed, that we could get out of our car.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just the state of bridges in that
Are
province.
they in your new car right now?
Yep, sure is.
Okay, good.
And it's so hard to not let those intrusive thoughts in, where you just tap
Right.
glass.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As soon as I got it, I put a beer bottle in a box, and you just one little tap, and it just shatters all
Is
the
it,
glass.
Really?
It's
crazy.
basically porcelain, right? We'll do that.
No, it's like a little metal thing.
Okay, because you can do that.
Maybe it's got a porcelain tip.
Porcelain will do that, like what they make toilets
I
out of.
had
If
no
you just
idea.
basically just toss it even so ever slightly
Yeah.
against glass,
It's
it will
really
shatter.
cool.
That is the weirdest
Yeah.
thing. Like, how do they even? I need to get one of these. Not that I go over a lot of
Well,
bridges.
people used to use that all the time, an easy way to break into a car.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
They would do that because you can just... if
Now
you
they're
don't have
more
to-
sophisticated about breaking into your cars. They can program whatever
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
But
now
it
they
used
don't
to
need
be
to
that.
smash a
That used
window.
to be the way to do it. Smash a window. Doop.
So what, Brady, if you're
Yeah.
being so proactive with it, I think it's wonderful. Why don't you just plant different pairs of pants around your car?
Oh, that's a good idea.
yes.
It is a good idea.
Yeah, like little go bags, but they're go pants. just in case I'm ever getting busy.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah,
Going to a
yeah.
body of water. You know what?
You never know.
I applaud that. I think
you
that's
go.
very
Yeah,
Yeah,
smart.
better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah,
Brady.
that's
7 pairs of
Yeah.
pants.
And if anybody ever comes into my car, I'll have to explain my go pants.
Yeah. You'll just look responsible.
It's true. We do make a lot of love around bodies of water.
Yeah.
Sure you do, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
making
Just
love.
go
Making love.
prepared.
Making love. Why? What do you guys
Making
make?
love?
I don't like making love.
No?
Well, Jenny's getting busy.
I like making
No.
love, but I don't like. The
term making
have,
love?
have I ever uttered the words making? I don't think so. I've ever.
Better than making whoopee.
Oh
Sure,
God, I
can you
hate
imagine
that.
that? Let's make whoopee.
I would say that more funny, like though.
Would you? Oh no!
Probably.
No, no.
Yeah,
To
still a
make
mood
whoopee?
killer.
No,
So
it's a
Derek's
mood
standing in
killer.
front of you and said, "Let's make love."
Better than let's make
Let's
whoopee.
Yeah.
make whoopee.
Yeah.
It sounds like fart. Like it makes me think of whoopee cushion.
Whoopee
Yeah.
cushion.
Yeah.
Not good.
I don't want to make
None of
whoopee.
you would say make love, right?
No.
Probably not a go-to thing to say.
No.
It's so
No.
dorky.
Doesn't matter how like romantic we're trying to be,
Mm-hmm.
which we're not like overly romantic people, but like I wouldn't say
No.
want to make love.
I don't think you can
Actually,
say
I
it without
might.
a voice.
I think I would say
Yeah.
it with a voice. I'd
Yeah.
have to. Because it's not real. Like I don't feel it.
Like I feel like if my wife said that to me, I'd make fun of her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
or would you or just get
Like,
right on
okay.
that business?
like I'd make fun of her in like 10 minutes.
yeah. That's right.
Hey,
yeah.
remember 10 minutes ago when you said make love? That was so dorky.
killing me.
Yeah, you loser.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
A surgeon in Austria has been accused of allowing his teenage daughter to drill a hole into a patient's skull.
don't
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
not
That's
good.
a whole
Nope.
other level of
Take
take
your
your kid
daughter
to work.
Daughter to work.
The 33-year-old alleged victim needed an operation after a forestry accident in January and was taken to the university hospital. In April, an anonymous tip resulted in a police investigation. As a result, the surgeon in charge of his emergency operation has now been accused of allowing his 13-year-old to, quote, help with the surgery.
That's crazy.
Like, you're not handing a scalpel. You are drilling a hole into a person's
Yeah.
head.
I mean, probably that. I mean, if nothing went wrong, it was probably a supervised thing. And I hate the idea of it. You should never do this. But I'm guessing that it was like, okay, you're just gonna push this button. Like even when a pilot says, "Yeah, you're flying the plane."
Yeah.
you're
Right.
not.
She's probably a super bright kid
Yeah.
who wants
Yeah.
to be a doctor one day,
Yes.
and I'm sure he held the drill and helped it out.
Yeah.
But
But you
can't.
can't. Don't do that.
don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
That's different than
I'm not
putting a
against
cast
it.
on. Oh. You want her to be passionate.
Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the surgeon was saying, "Okay, I'm going to go grab lunch. Drill into the
Sure.
that
Yeah.
guy.
Right.
I'll be back in a half an hour."
Right.
That
I
didn't
get
happen.
that. Yeah.
Oh my God, but all it takes is one tiny slip, one quarter of a millimeter, and you're.
But I feel like these
into
drills
brain-
are probably like held into place, like nothing like that can happen. It's not just a hand drill.
Yeah.
I feel like
this is not okay no matter what.
I don't think it's okay.
Where is
don't
it?
do this.
In Austria.
Yeah, see, I think just around the world, there's different things going on.
Yeah, but Austria is like a very developed,
Yeah.
This is not-
forward-thinking place. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I would think, like, let's say, for example, I know it's not brain surgery, but like, there's probably kids who grew up on farms that are riding tractors and doing fields at 8 years old.
That's
Like,
right.
It's just what you're surrounded with, how well
Yes.
your parents teach you, how mature you are, whether you're interested.
Hey,
Like, so.
I
Yeah.
agree 100%, but the odds of them killing somebody, on a
Yeah.
farm.
Well, no,
far
but
less
I
likely.
think that this surgeon knew that if the kid did it, that the patient would freak out and maybe sue
Right.
and stuff like that. Obviously, wherever they were in an atmosphere where they knew that the 13-year-old was going to do this.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
Well,
Until
again,
it was.
I think that you shouldn't do this. I think the doctor knew, you shouldn't do this.
Whatever.
And
The
again, I
headline
think,
feels worse than what it probably was.
yeah, I think
Right.
so.
But even still, I mean, imagine the lawsuit if something went wrong.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
that's
God.
the thing. Like, I think you're right.
And
but
also,
now
you're putting
I-
that on the kid, right?
Yeah.
If something goes
Yeah.
wrong, that's like something they
Yeah,
have
but
to
I
live
don't
with.
think the doctor is putting his job on the line if he thought that there was any danger of anything going wrong.
Well, I mean, he's putting his job on the line by letting his 13-year-old do that.
I don't know the rules over there.
I can promise you in Austria, you can't have a 13-year-old non-surgeon perform surgery. I
Right.
can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Also, was it 13? Do we know it was 13?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
13.
Oh, yeah. That's
Like,
Yeah.
there's no... That's not okay.
That's not like 19.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Either
I'm
way, you
okay.
just can't. And
If I'm at the dentist and a kid comes in wants to start drilling, go ahead. What do I care?
I'm going to go with a no on that.
I'm going to go with no, too. No way.
There was a whole show based on this for Doogie Howser. The kid was, what was he, 10, 12? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
how old
right.
was he?
That's
and
true.
he's diagnosing everybody
Now,
and doing everything. Isn't the
in his
Good
defense-
Doctor, this new show, The Good Doctor, isn't he like 10? I don't know.
No, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, doctors. Even still, whether Doogie Howser
Yeah.
is young, still a doctor, and still went to medical
you'd
school.
be bothered if Doogie Howser came
Yeah.
in with a clipboard at 10 and
Sure.
said, all right, drop your pants. Let's do this.
Less, I would be. You're absolutely right.
And
For
you-
several reasons.
And even if you went through medical school, you'd say, no, I'm going to get another doctor.
Less
thanks.
bothered if he went through
Yeah.
medical school.
No,
More bothered
no.
if he was a 13-year-old who hadn't been through medical
And
school.
who said,
Yeah.
drop your pants, let's
yeah, exactly.
do this.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that, Doc, for
Yeah.
so many reasons.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say no to that. Yeah.
Whatever. People want to drill into my skull. Who
Yeah.
cares,
Oh,
man?
man. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Because
Line up, everybody.
because you could have a 50-year-old who's useless do it and kill you.
Nope, I'm going to go with
Right,
the doctor.
you know what?
I'd like the
No,
doctor
Mala
to
makes a
do
good
it.
point.
though.
If they're younger, they're probably more focused.
They are.
You know?
Maybe.
They've probably seen some things on TikTok. Like, they're going to be fine.
That's true.
That's a good
They're
point.
self-taught. Yeah.
Self-taught.
You guys are such a
Watch a couple
I know.
YouTube videos.
You're all so
Fine.
stuffy. Just
Yeah.
let it go, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want a 15-year-old making your burger at the drive-thru, Rush?
That's it.
Oh, you're so scared.
Same thing.
You're so scared.
Same thing.
But if they went to burger school, that helps.
Exactly.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Could contra dating help more people find love?
Contra dating.
Contra dating. You may have seen the term
Contra-dating.
used on social media and dating sites. It's defined as intentionally dating people outside or even the opposite of your normal type. It's the practice of being open to people whom you normally would not even consider, which in turn could significantly increase your dating pool. Experts say it's a good idea as long as you don't contra-date someone who has conflicting core values to yours. Apparently, many of us have been missing that special someone because our primary focus is on our idea of the perfect facial
I get that.
features,
That
hair, or
makes
skin
sense,
color,
yeah.
or body type. And it's true. None of that ever matters in the end. That's great in the beginning, and then that fades so quickly. And it does come down to core values and
Sure it
sharing
does,
that
yeah.
with someone.
Do you want to
It
be with
does.
the person?
Yeah.
Jenny, you always say that.
It's so
Stop
true,
it.
though.
Yeah.
It is
I don't know if it's-
absolutely
I don't
true.
know if it's true. There's very superficial people out there.
They're
that-
the exception to the rule. And then I can't imagine that they would be really happy to their core
Yeah.
if they had conflicting core values with their partner.
Well, even if you're super superficial, like
Yeah.
looks.
You get used
You
to
know,
what a
You
person
do.
will look
That's
like.
exactly
and
it, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You want to. Is that a person you actually want to spend time with? And a person you want to spend time with is someone that has similar values to you
Yeah.
in most cases.
that you respect.
Or even if they don't have similar values, you respect their values and you find that attractive.
Yes.
But
my
again, if
God.
there's no attraction, yeah.
I'm so sick of the values.
All right. Fair enough.
It's a hot take.
Enough of the values.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll just
Okay.
leave
Oh my
that there.
God.
Values.
Sure.
Who needs
Who
them?
needs them?
Build this hill you're going to die on.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
let's see
all
how
right.
this goes.
Okay.
I'll be on my wing of the house. She'll be on hers.
Right.
Perfect.
I think this is what we're talking about.
Values.
Not happy then. if you're in separate wings.
No,
Right.
I think you can be totally happy and be in separate wings.
You can be happy, but not a happy
Would you
couple.
though? Because you're going home and
You-
you still know that person that you don't want to see is around and in your space.
No,
and-
you're
you know-
just saying you're happy living separate lives. So technically, you're still together, but you don't see each other or have to be around each other. That can be a win, sure.
Miserable.
But maybe some people like that
If that's
too,
what he
right?
wants, absolutely.
To each their own.
But
bet you
that's
there's
how
a
you
lot
have
of-
the relationship without the matching values.
I bet you there's a lot of like rich people who have their wings.
Yeah.
And they're happy to do their own thing day in, day out. They've got their busy schedules.
Yeah.
And they're just, it's nice to see down the hall. Hey, look at us. We're still married. All right, see you tomorrow.
That is not a life for me. Oh
Then
my
look at
God.
us.
I
We
don't
are
think you're
married
wrong.
on paper.
Yeah, maybe they like FaceTime once a day.
Sure.
You know?
And you know what? If that
No.
works for them, that's cool.
A little good night before before they tuck away into their wings. You know?
Why bother at that point?
Because they're still married to them.
I guess. Yeah.
Again,
and you're
technically.
right. Hey, if it works for whoever
Look,
wants to do
I
what they want to
told
do, I
you-
couldn't care less.
Like, I love my wife to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, I mean, I'm going to die before her. I'm well aware of that fact. But if something freaky happened and she died before me,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I met somebody who was like loaded beyond loaded and was
Yeah.
a billionaire, and we got along okay, I'm going to marry for money. I don't care who knows it. And I'm going to be in my wing. And I will love that
If
person.
you're cool with that, then cool.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
you're saying who could do that? I could do
you
that.
could do that, and
You
I
can.
think that's great.
Yeah, but
I
finding
could not.
someone else who wants to do that, like that's tricky too, especially
Yeah.
someone who's like loaded. What are you
Well,
bringing
you're
to the
going to
table?
lead them to believe
Yeah.
that you
You know?
love them. is
That's
what
it.
you're
So
gonna
the
do.
person with the money, you're offering them literally nothing. The life
No,
that they live
I'm-
by
I'm-
themselves would be the same.
No, I'm offering them the companionship when they need it. When they need
But
it.
what-
if
what-
every
what-
now and again
but what
they go,
about when you
hey,
don't want it?
Hey, Friday we have to go to this thing. I'll go, all right, I'll see you there.
So let's say they want that all the time.
Well, then I wouldn't marry them. The understanding
Right.
would be.
So what you're exactly so you wouldn't be with them. So the relationship is again
billionaire
you're the only one
settling
bringing
for that?
that's getting something. They're not. You're not bringing anything
let's,
to the
let's
table.
describe this woman we have to find for Mahler
Yeah.
in a fictional
or,
future
ma- or
life.
man.
Or man,
I'm
sure.
Yeah, who knows?
If they've got $1 billion, I'm open to anything.
Of course, yeah.
So, billionaire, multiple wings at their house.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have my college experimental phase at like 80.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
I know a guy that'll help you with that. So multiple wings.
Is it you?
Yeah, it's me. I'm the guy. I'm he. Anyway, good luck finding this
Yeah.
person. I
So,
think that'd
so
be great.
go
the
through
best.
what I'm looking for.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
billionaire with a massive property with multiple wings.
Yeah.
We need them to want limited interaction with you.
Yes.
and with
yeah.
with them, like I mean, we have the understanding, where we're a marriage of, hey, let's
No, hang on. You can't put you in it yet. We're talking about this person. So
Yeah.
we'll leave that out of it. So this person has a boatload of money,
Yeah.
a giant mansion stuff, and very
And they
limited-
want someone that they can only see, or no, they want someone that they don't have to see.
They want
every
someone
day.
that they can only see on his schedule.
Sure.
So they don't want
Right.
to have any control over it. We'll only see them when he wants them.
Can I jump in?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
yes.
have zero schedule if I'm a billionaire, so I'm kind of free day and night. I'm good to go whenever
Oh,
they
okay.
need me.
Most billionaires are not like that. Most
No.
billionaires have schedules. That's why they're
No,
billionaires.
they have the schedule. I'm free because I'm.
Yeah, but you're not
Right.
a billionaire.
Well, no, but I am by default.
But you also don't want to. But you don't want to go to all the engagements that they have to go to.
They want me to go to a couple
really?
engagements.
You're
I'll
only
go.
a billionaire by
A
lynching.
couple. If 6 out of 7 days a week you need to get dressed up.
Yeah,
and,
you got to go to some like art gallery
Yeah.
fundraiser thing.
Yeah.
So everything I just said, right?
Yeah.
Jenny loves her husband,
Yes.
and wants to see him all the time,
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. I don't dismiss that. You guys are poking holes in my new love story. We don't poke holes in Jenny's
Why
love
did I
story.
get brought into this?
Because you're
Because
the one who
yours doesn't
said-
make sense.
Because both of them are getting what they want. You're looking for
You
some.
don't know that the billionaire isn't getting what they want.
But
or
what do they get out of it?
Maybe me.
But they don't get you because you're the one saying that you don't want to be around
Yeah.
them. You want to be in your separate wing. So they don't get you. All they're doing is giving you money for nothing.
Imagine that first date, Mahler trying to sell it to the billionaire.
No, but really listen.
Yeah, here's I think it's going to work.
I think there are so many people older that do go into kind of almost a
Arrangements.
arrangement.
I get
Yes.
that, but I don't think the
But they want something that
They
somebody
get
that gives them
something.
something.
Yeah.
You're not offering anything.
Yeah.
You don't know how it works. You've never been in one.
The way it works is the way you've explained it would work.
Right.
terrible.
Someone texted in saying he's looking for a sugar daddy. Basically,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A sugar daddy where Mahler doesn't have to do anything
anything.
at all.
Again,
and
but the
have no
sugar daddy
involvement.
usually gets something out of it.
Yeah.
But you're not offering that.
And if the sugar daddies are listening right now, you know what? I'm even like. I even said I'm going to go over to your team. I'm willing to try. Like, so, you know, I'm giving something.
I love that you won't go to fundraisers, but that you'll
So you're going to that. But what if they want it? Okay, so let's
Because
say.
I've been to fundraisers before.
Yeah. So how many times a week are you willing to go to that side then?
I don't know. We'll just have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And-
It's billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to silence all of you with my billions of dollars,
Man.
and I'm going to live my wonderful life in my
Yeah.
mansion.
Yeah.
And Rush, don't be jealous. I'm going to have a moat.
Oh.
You don't. If your partner wants a moat, because you don't get to make that decision because you have
No,
nothing.
we're going to sign up. There's not going to be a prenup. And it'll totally be my
God.
money, too.
Wow. Good luck. Good luck. And
The
all the power to
second you
you.
shack up with a billionaire, I am absolutely blackmailing you with this segment to get like millions of dollars.
No, but I would be totally honest about going into the relationship.
That you want half their money, no prenup. You're going to build a moat. You're going to do all this stuff. You're going to see them
I'm not
maybe
going to
once a week on
fundraisers.
your schedule.
Yeah.
You're not going to any fundraisers, but you want half the money.
And I may switch teams.
All right.
Okay. All right.
May.
Yeah, May.
Well, no, but if it's a woman, I'm going to stay on. Yeah. I don't care who walks through the door. This love is blind, baby, and I'm going for it.
Love is blind. That's not how it works.
I think you have an inflated idea of what you're bringing to the table
My humor.
Yeah.
There it is.
from
then.
your side of the,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
house. Yes.
Your humor via text message from your wing.
Yeah.
You guys wait and see. I'm going to live the high life. But honey, if you're listening, I love you and I hope you live forever.
Sounds like you're already a little high. But
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
This dude really leveled up a classic prank, and hopefully he doesn't start setting these on fire. Some guy in Louisville, Kentucky keeps pooping on the same person's porch.
Oh man, why is this so common? Why do we keep
No.
hearing about this?
The local news is calling him the porch pooper.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, he's done it
creative.
twice so far, but he's visited the house at least 3 times.
Okay.
He's walked up to the door last Sunday night, looked inside, and then he left. But then he came back the next night, and a security camera got it on video. He trots up the front steps,
Trucks.
pops a squat in front of their door. I hate that, pops a squat. I hate that.
How often do you hear that?
I pops a squat more than I want to. Okay, so and
You
then
know
he,
you didn't have to do this story.
listen, this is how it was written in front of me, and I have to word for word read it.
Yeah.
And then he unloads. Now, the homeowner walked outside the next morning and thought it was cat poop, and then realized it wasn't. How little was this guy's poop?
Yeah, you can tell the difference between that.
Yeah.
Poop is so little. They say he also peed on their welcome mat.
Oh.
Then the next night he came back and he did it again. The guy who lives there says he tried to confront the pooper at the time, but he was already gone. Last I heard, the porch pooper's identity was still unknown. It's not clear if the defecation is malicious or if the guy
You
has
must
issues
know them, right, to keep going back?
to the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he-
Or maybe it's just a great prank. Like he picked a house at random and is like, oh, that's the one.
but why
You know?
come back to it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, because he's regular, Rush, and good on him.
I guess that's true.
You know?
Is he though? If he's pooping like a cat.
Sorry, how many times has he done this? 3?
He's
Twice.
pooped there
He can't
twice,
miss
but
it
he's
once.
been there 3
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to set up your chair and just like look at the window and
Yeah.
watch, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
With like a hose. Do you have a hose?
No,
'Cause
I
that'll
think you
teach
just ask
him,
them
yeah.
to leave.
Yeah.
Or is it you treat him like a cat and you have like a pan and a stick or something and you kind of get out of here.
Maybe.
I think you wait until he's mid poop and then scare him.
No,
and then he has
that
to
could-
try like run mid poop. You know,
yeah,
that's
but that also could
humiliating.
make it even more of a mess on your
That's
porch.
true. And then you're
Yeah.
cleaning up poop stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
You're still
That's
cleaning up
okay.
poop.
You're
I'd
It's
rather
worth
have
it.
his pants down by his ankles
Yes,
and
and
him
he's like,
tripping.
"Ah!"
And
you know, yeah,
and
totally.
then hopefully he misses and gets it all over himself. That
So-
would be, you know.
This is one of those things, though, by by doing nothing, is he going to lose interest and go away? And if you actually do make a big deal out of it, you start banging a pan and stuff, is he thinking, oh, now I'm getting a reaction, and he's going to do it more?
Right.
Like, are you making the problem
Where are
worse?
the cops with this?
Exactly. I think at this point you're just worried about getting arrested for.
I think the next
Yeah.
thing you do is you go like buy a Nest camera like the next
Yeah.
day,
Yeah,
don't you?
for sure.
Yeah,
You'd think.
definitely. You can get his face up on,
Right.
whatever. The local news is calling them the porch pooper. They're
Yeah.
gonna put up his mugshot or,
Yeah.
or his,
Oh, yeah,
his
they're
shot
gonna be
of him.
all over this, as
for
they should
sure.
be.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you should be the porch pooper though, because I feel like you should have to poop on more than one porch.
Well, he's done
Like-
it twice.
Oh, I know, but
So-
just like it's just so specific to one
Right.
place, and so
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's a
I
crime
guess.
spree of any
I guess
sort.
that's
you
true.
know?
Another
'Cause
word for porch.
Should it-
if you're just doing it, if you're just naming it on where he goes, then
Yeah.
then everybody's the toilet pooper.
Should it be
And
like
that's not right,
the
right?
street name? Let's say they're on Pettigrew Street. Is it the Pettigrew Pooper?
Wow, what
that
a
more-
street name?
thank you.
Where'd that come from?
Thank you very much.
The Pettigrew porch pooper,
Yeah,
I think, is what.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other.
For
Oh,
porch?
is the stoop pooper or the poop stooper? No,
The
Nope.
stoop stooler.
the stoop stooler. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
I don't think we're debating the name though.
No, oh, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're debating that he should have a name after only doing something twice at one house.
I don't think the name is bad, and I think it is sort of fitting because
Yeah.
he's been back to the porch 3 times. He's done that twice. I think
Nothing
so.
rhymes with vestibule. So.
That's true.
What about veranda?
Veranda.
Ooh.
Yeah, but like, what is there a V word for poop?
No.
Violating the veranda? No.
Oh, violating the
Yeah,
veranda.
that's not
Veranda
bad.
violator?
The veranda
Violator?
Yeah.
All right, we got there.
Yeah.
That's
We
not
got
bad.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The veranda violator.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't really tell you what's
What he
actually
did.
going
No,
on.
and
Right.
it may not be a veranda.
No, and it makes me think of something different.
What,
That he's doing something else
by
to
the
that
way, what
veranda.
is a veranda as opposed to a porch?
I think a veranda is covered.
Yeah.
And a porch
and you can
isn't?
sit on it, and I think a porch is just what gets you into the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
can
that's. I
sit-
believe that's right.
You can't
Yeah.
just sit on a porch?
I think you can to be smaller. A veranda
Yeah.
is bigger.
There's like
Uh,
porch swings there
Yeah.
that are, doing stuff.
A
Right.
veranda's really more about outdoor living.
living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas a porch,
Y-
I think a porch can be a I think no, I think I don't know. I don't
A
know.
lanai.
Lanai.
Lanai. Do we call it lanai or do they call it lanai in the States?
No, it's lanai.
Like
It's lanai.
It is
and I only
lanai?
know that because of the Golden Girls.
Oh.
They always talked about being on the lanai.
The lanai.
I don't think I've ever heard
And
that
people
word.
that pretentious people at house hunters always talk about wanting a lanai.
A lanai? Not a lanai?
No,
Who says lanai?
I
Just
don't-
me.
I think so.
Okay.
What is
or
a
when they
lanai?
call it
It's basically like a porch.
Oh.
what is it? What do we call when you walk
like
into
a-
your house? It's the
Vestibule?
no,
The foyer?
The foyer, but they call it a foyer.
Foyer.
In
I
the
don't like
States,
that.
it drives me
Oh.
crazy. The foyer.
I mean, there's a grocery store chain in the U.S. that they call Benoit's instead of Benoit's.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Oh,
Benoit.
Why? Well, like, is it in the
it's
southern
not
states?
French.
or-
No.
No.
It's in the northern states. At least it was, yeah.
Okay.
But it's not Benoit's. It's, go to Benoit's.
But noise. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
You would hate that for sure.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Mahler's really, really fun facts. So fun. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, with the back to school season, it's always good to learn.
Yeah.
We like
is.
learning.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to learn right now. It's also the season that football is back.
Ooh, very true.
Rush and Brady, have you guys done your fantasy football yet?
Yes.
Yeah, we did our work one last week, and then I have another one tonight.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Are you happy with your picks?
So far, so good. I'm also an idiot, so I don't know. I mean, who knows? Yeah, every year. I
Rush, you
think I'm
didn't
good.
seem excited.
Yeah, we'll see. I did a few mock drafts, and they always went better than the
Yeah.
actual draft did, which always happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
I don't understand how they work.
You just pick players, and then don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's fine.
All right, well, let's stay with the world of football right now
Okay.
because it is the season we're into now. How many cows does it take to supply enough leather for a full season worth of NFL football?
Wow, what a question.
An entire season of NFL football. So
Okay.
not just a game, Jenny.
Yeah.
The whole season.
season.
How many cows are used to get all that leather for the footballs?
Why do they call it pigskin then? if it's cows?
That's
a good question.
Really
Really
good
good
question.
question.
Yeah, that's a good does
Okay.
Jenny know
Does
question.
Jenny know?
No,
Let's
no,
save it. No. All right. So
Okay.
write down your
Boy.
answers.
How
as
many
to
cows
Yeah.
for all the footballs in a season?
Yes.
How many? You probably get like.
And I'm sure there's animal rights people not liking this story
No.
at all. This
I
fun
have a
fact.
number. It's
Sad,
based on nothing.
Actually.
Your number's based on what?
Nothing. Based
Oh.
on absolutely
Did
nothing.
you start doing math? Because I started doing
I
math.
started doing math and then I stopped.
Yeah.
I had how many balls are used in a game.
That's
And
it.
then
How many
games in
usually?
a season, and then how many teams there are.
Help Jenny out. How many
Yeah.
would be used in a game?
Well, that was the issue that I was
Yeah.
having too.
Like
I
10?
would imagine
I think,
between
like-
probably under 20, but 15 to 20.
I was going to say like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then how many...
Kickers use different balls than quarterbacks do. And
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's kicking
Okay.
balls.
All right, I have a random guess.
Okay, sure.
It makes me really sad.
Why?
I hope the cows are already like dying.
After a long life at
Yeah.
at pasture.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably not.
As opposed to walking around skinless.
All those NFL firms.
Yeah,
Let
exactly.
the cows roam free until they die.
Do you think the cows know that they're like the special football cows? Do they get treated better? You know what I mean?
No.
No.
No, they don't.
I hate that
I wanna
bothers you, but
believe
you're going to
that.
have a ribeye tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. They were on sale.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right, so everybody has something written down?
Yeah.
All right,
Again, I
Rush,
have no idea.
what is your guess?
I said 4,700.
All right.
Okay.
How many cows are used to supply enough leather, Jenny, for a full season of NFL footballs?
Okay, I said 17,000.
17.
It's a lot of cows.
A lot of cows.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I said.
Yeah. I said 2,500.
2,500.
And how'd you come up with yours, Brady?
Started doing math
I did
and-
math. I figured there's about 4,000 balls used a year, and then maybe like 1.5 balls per cowish. I don't know. Basically,
One and a half balls per cow.
Yeah.
They get more than that. How
Maybe.
little are your cows in your world?
How big are your balls?
That's
Yeah.
the better question. I feel like there's a lot of wastage on making the balls. You know, you got to make it perfect.
Yeah, that's true too.
I feel like they have a system.
I
They
think they
probably
do.
do, yeah. But 17,000 cows.
That's
is
a lot of cows.
lot of cows. It's a lot of balls.
You know
I don't
what?
know.
I'm okay with my guess then. I'm right
I
in the
feel
middle.
good about mine.
Do you think they reuse balls? Like, would they use a ball one game and then the next game too?
I hope they do reuse them.
Or do they give them out?
I don't think
know
they
that they
do.
Okay. Well, Brady's at the low end here, 2,500 cows. Rush almost doubling that, 4,700 cows. And Jenny going high, 17,000 cows.
Okay.
I have a
Cows,
shock because you didn't laugh at me. Usually you laugh at me.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right, let's reveal the answer here. How many cows to supply enough leather for a full season's worth of NFL footballs? The answer is... Oh, somebody won.
Oh.
3,000 cows.
All
Brady
right.
Jones.
All right.
Yeah.
Brady, you're
nice.
right there.
It felt right. It felt right.
right
2,500 cows.
Yep.
That felt good. I'm very happy with that. By the way, balls don't get reused in the NFL.
No.
They
They
become
don't, eh?
practice balls
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Or
Yeah.
they'll like sell them off or whatever
Right.
if they're too damaged.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. That
Yeah.
feels
to
really
you.
good.
That's a good
You
one.
know, I'm ready for the NFL season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with my guess. I was over, but I mean, at least I didn't say 17,000.
That's true.
Exactly.
It feels good.
Yeah, you guys must feel really good.
There you go, Mahler fun fact.
Mahler's really, really fun facts. So
So fun.
Whoa. Yeah.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Abandoning the nostalgia for these would be so dumb. Rumors have been swirling online that Capri Sun plan to ditch their iconic pouches and switch to bottles instead. But 90s kids everywhere can breathe a sigh of relief. It's not true.
Thank God.
The pouches and their famously hard to insert straws aren't going anywhere. It started with a rumor they were planning to sell 12-ounce bottles of Capri Sun, and they just confirmed that part is true, but they're not replacing the pouches. They're planning to add the 12-ounce bottles next year to get more adults drinking their product. The pouches are only 6 ounces. They responded to the bogus pouch rumors on social media saying, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet. We'd never disrespect the pouch." Then in the same post, they announced that what sounds like a joke but isn't, apparently, starting this week, they're selling full-size pallets of Capri Sun exclusively through Walmart. Yeah.
Okay.
They told people.com that after seeing the fans panic to the news, they wanted to reassure people. I mean, they just hopped on something.
Yeah, might as well.
I have a couple questions for you guys. One, can we get these in Canada?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
two, did you guys drink these things?
Yeah,
No.
totally.
I
Oh,
never did.
absolutely.
100%.
It was a treat. If we went to a cottage or something, it was like getting the little boxes of cereal. It was like a
Yeah,
treat
okay.
moment. We got the Capri Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we had. I mean, I had regular juice boxes, whether they were McCain, I think they were.
I never
Yeah.
had juice
Yeah.
boxes.
No?
No?
Were you a
Oh.
water guy?
Once in a while.
No,
we
I
did.
think.
Were you one of the kids that got milk at school?
Yeah, I think we got milk.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I was never part of the milk club.
Neither was I.
I just wanted a chocolate milk one day.
Although, even though I didn't get milk, I was one of the students who got the milk and brought it to the class because it got me out of
torture.
school a couple.
Oh.
I'd get out
Oh,
of class
yeah,
like
you get
5
right.
minutes early
Yeah.
to go get the milk and bring it in.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad at
That
all.
was a good
Remember-
deal.
Do you guys remember Sunny Delight?
Yeah, Sunny D.
Sunny D.
Oh, man.
That's still a
good.
thing. It's so
much
good.
sugar.
It-
But
it-
yeah.
All it is sugar.
Yeah, but
it's
same thing
basically simple syrup.
Yes.
That's what it is.
right. Capri Sun, too.
Orbits.
Yeah.
Orbits.
Orbits, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
like
it was
those
so
with the
good.
weird things floating in
Yeah, it
them.
was
Yeah.
disgusting,
Yes.
but so fun.
Do you
But
remember
these-
Chubbies?
Yep.
Chubbies. Oh, yeah. With
I
the
was
little,
ne-
the tinfoil
I was never
top.
allowed to have those, and I always wanted them.
I know.
Yeah.
You didn't get a lot.
No.
You're so
No.
hard done by.
No, it's true. Well, my sister, it was harder. She was older than I was, and my parents told her for years that crackers were cookies. So she was in like grade 5 or 4 or 5, like later on and stuff, and she
Yeah.
was trading things for lunch as
Yeah.
kids do.
Right.
And then she tried to trade her cookies for like a yogurt or something. Like, those are crackers. She's like, no, they're cookies. Yeah,
Now, were they like saltines
Yes.
or like Triscuits?
No, they were like
Just basic crackers.
probably not even salted. They were
Oh,
like
man.
healthy crackers
Oh,
that she thought were cookies.
Oh yeah, you're so low there. Like you have no
Yeah.
trade
Yeah.
opportunities.
Nothing. You got
No.
nothing.
Those.
Yeah.
You got
And you
nothing.
think they're cookies.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
not a good
Yeah.
place to be.
Your sister should have shivved somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Capri Sun straw.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't do that with me. I always knew. I even had cookies. They didn't care by the time it got to me. So
But you guys were only, there's a year difference?
2 years.
2 years, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So in that 2 years, you got spoiled and she got nothing.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the way it goes,
I think
right?
I had crackers for the first couple of years too, but
Okay.
they never told me, and I was too young. So
Right.
Maybe that's where you got your your love for the dries.
could be.
Oh, maybe.
Could
It
be.
started so young,
Yeah.
you can't help it.
We've been making fun of you, but no, your parents planted this in you decades
That's
ago.
quite possible.
This isn't your fault.
Yep.
It just comes naturally.
It does,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry for making
You
fun.
should have shivved your parents
With the straw.
with the straw.
Yeah.
If you like what you just heard, tell someone. They can listen to the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady wherever podcasts are found. And if you didn't like what you heard, that's cool. Cool. All right, yeah.